Ladies and gentlemen, all right, let's move that camera over. Almost finished there. Almost cut it off. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and we are about to get started. So let's go ahead and make it happen. All right. I can hear myself now. All right, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to do another quick one here. We're going to be talking about the Marjorie Taylor Greene situation. I just wanted to cover this one real quick and things. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead on and hit it. So, we're going to be talking about it, though. Talking about it. So, other than that, though, how you guys doing? How you feel? What's going on out there and things? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. So I'm gonna wait for some people to come into the chat. Yep, gonna wait for some people. Turn that down a little bit. All right, here we go. Yeah, so wait for some people to come into the chat, and then we're gonna make it happen. You know. So hope everyone is having a great time. I know everybody's out tonight. Had dinner earlier, had Thai food, by the way, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I had a wonderful live earlier today, you know what I'm saying? And I threw in at about 25K, well, actually 2K today, and that's cool and things. So Saturdays are usually pretty good for me. But most of the time, people are usually off from work and they want to hear something, you know, reasonable and stuff that makes sense. I'm still with Trump, you know, but this Marjorie Taylor Greene thing is really got the MAGA community in uproar, especially after Trump called her a traitor. So when he called her a traitor, now you got some strong Trump supporters. Now Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that she's being threatened by the president and so forth. And this is Marjorie Taylor Greene's claim, you know. In fact, we're going to go ahead and pull it on up, though, you know. Hold on for one moment. We got to go ahead and pull that up here. Got to show the receipts here and see what she's saying, how she's saying that she's being threatened by the president. We know that that's not, but, you know what I'm saying? But I just find threatening. Let's see here. Let me see Marjorie Taylor Greene being threatened. Says that Trump was a threat against her. Okay, let me see here. Let me take a look at this first. Okay, hold on for a minute, y'all. All right. All right. So what I'm gonna do? Let me go and I'm gonna go and kill the music first, and I just want you guys to read it for yourself. For me, let me do this share thing here. Welcome to the chat. I know sometimes I know Omega be on here and things, or if he at work, but I'm gonna do this one. This is not gonna be a long live and whatever, but I just want to show what is going on with Marjorie the Traitor Greene is what she's being called. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and show this and things like that. So Marjorie the Traitor Greene is what she's being called and things. So let me go ahead and remove this banner, so therefore you guys can see the full thing here. Let me see here. Whoops. All right, we'll go ahead and move that out the way. There we go. All right, here it is. So let's go ahead and play this here. Marjorie Taylor Greene says that she received threats when Trump attacked against her. Marjorie Taylor Greene said that she received threats against her. This is also after the allegation that she's saying. You guys can read this. This is basically what she's saying. Let me slow this down a little bit. Hold on for a minute. Let me slow this down a little bit because I can't read that fast. So Greene says, okay, Greene said Trump aggressive, aggression, right, against me also fuels the venomous nature of his radical internet trolls, adding adding as a woman I take, right? This is what she's saying here. The threats from men, seriously? While comparing herself to Jeffrey Epstein victims, writing that she now has a small understanding of the fear. Okay. Herself to Jeffrey Epstein victims, writing that she now has a small understanding of the fear and pressure they must feel. Greene's comments came after Trump coined a nickname for her for the Georgian Congress woman on Saturday, Marjorie Taylor Greene, right, calling herself a disgrace to our great. Trump saying this, that great MAGA, I think he's saying to our great Republican party. Here it is again. On Friday, Trump suggested Greene should face a primary challenge, calling her wacky, writing, if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. This is what Trump said. Okay. The fuel between Trump and Greene boiled over Friday after Greene repeatedly criticized Trump handling of Epstein files, his economic message strategy and focus. Greene hits back at Trump in a post on X, alleging he just attacked me and lied about me while accusing Trump of coming after her. Marjorie is fearing for her life. To intimidate other Republicans ahead for the next week House vote on whether to release the Epstein files. So Greene was one of the 4 Republicans to sign a petition to force the House vote on releasing the Epstein files, and she has repeatedly criticized Trump for refusing to unveil the Justice Department documents detailing it in the investigation of Epstein, which I'm going to talk about that as well too. Just give me a moment. Okay, here it is. In a text message, Greene said she sent to Trump on Friday and published it on X. She noted Bill and Hillary Clinton's affiliation with Epstein. And wrote, for many of us, releasing the Epstein files has always been for a woman who were victims of Jeffrey Epstein, but also because for a minute, okay, because we believe that Democrat bad guys like the Clintons, were entangled and involved with him. Greene and other Republicans also urge the GOP to retool its messaging strategies on the economy in the wake of Republican election. Okay. Losses earlier this month as Trump has sought to downplay what consistently have been a top concern for voters, accusing Democrats of manufacturing a negative. Oh, shoot. Hold on for a minute. Man, that went away. Hold on now. Hold on for a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Manufacturing a negative narrative. There it is. Green also consistently bashed Republican leadership during the government shutdown, right? And highlighted the expiration of affordability. Okay, the CARES Act subsidies as a priority Republican should address to keep insurance premiums for those relying on them for skyrocketing, citing. Okay, here it is. Those relying on them for skyrocketing, siding with Democrats on the key issues between two sides during the shutdown. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, now with Marjorie Taylor Greene, many people that really know her say how ambitious she is. She's worth about 20 million, between 20 to 25 million dollars, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Now, I remember I would say probably about, this is before COVID. It may have been 2019 or 18. I remember picking up a congresswoman from Georgia, right? And she was blonde. It is, y'all. We're just gonna say it, And I'm gonna say this though, ladies and gentlemen. I was working doing my Uber because, like I said, I pick up all kind of people, right? I didn't know her from a can of paint back then, but she told me she was a Congress lady in Georgia. In fact, she told me if I'm ever in Georgia to look her up, on things like that. And this is Marjorie Taylor Greene, though. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just saying though, because like I said, as she was here in Michigan before. She's been here a few times, but back then I didn't know her. I didn't really know a lot of Republicans and stuff back then. I only knew some of the famous ones, but I'm just kind of keeping it real. Omega, if you listening though, yeah, I picked her up in my car before, man. Um, as a Uber driver or whatever. We didn't talk about politics because I didn't really, but she was. I forgot what the conversation was about, but yeah, just to kind of let people know in regards to that. So yeah, man. But yeah, so other than that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Regards to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, I'm gonna say this though, as far as with her, they calling her Marjorie Trader Greene because I never consider her to be MAGA, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. And the reason why we're glad that this is happening now. A lot of people are calling her Marjorie Trader Greene instead of Taylor Greene. So Marjorie Trader Greene is what Trump has coined the phrase. Now with Trump, I'm gonna say this: if he's calling her a traitor and how she's not good for MAGA, I mean, as a Republican in the Republican Party, she's pretty much has been ostracized and been kicked out of the Republican Party because Trump never endorsed her because she wanted to become running for Senate. And she was betting on and banking on Trump that was going to basically endorse her. Trump said he wasn't going to endorse her. There was a lot of fighting in the background between Marjorie Taylor Greene, Anna, what's her name? Anna Heber, not Heber, what's her name? God dog it. Man, I just was thinking about her name. Elena Haber, that's it. So Elena Haber and Marjorie Taylor Greene used to be good friends, but after whatever happened, they don't like each other. Elena Haber, right? The investigator, before, I'm saying she was really saying even back then how she was a traitor. She was calling her Marjorie Trader Greene way before Trump and everybody else started calling her Marjorie Trader Greene. Elena Haber was telling Trump how she ain't no good. She's, and she warned Trump, right? She warned Trump about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now look at what's going on now. She was on The View, bad mouthing Trump, talking about this, talking about that. That's not a MAGA person, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say this. I always said it. This proves my point once again. You don't want to be a person on every word, believing these people, right? Because she's a politician. She's been around. She's a rhino. Kevin McCartney and her, Kevin McCartney, these are rhinos, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistakes about it, right? Glenn, Glenn Beck and all these are rhinos once again. Rhinos, I always said it. What are they? Republicans in name only. They're liberal through and through, right? Look at Nikki Haley and all them. These are rhinos. And not only that, you're not supposed to be giving your all for politicians. They know how to act. They're very good at acting. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do best. These are actors, ladies and gentlemen. So we shouldn't be sitting up in here putting all our all in with these type of people. But I remember her a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? Marjorie Taylor Greene, this Congress lady out of Georgia, because she had that Southern accent. I didn't know who she was back then when I picked her up, but I have picked her up before, which is a long time ago. You know, when I picked up Corey Landowski, see, as an Uber driver, I'm going to tell you guys, man, there's a lot of celebrities that have been in my car. And some of them I just don't even talk about. But other ones, political, you know, you get them in the car every now and again. You know, they take Ubers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you'll get these people in the car. And I didn't know anything like I know today, but until it was Trump, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was over here. Now I knew about Trump, and you know, I didn't really know much about Marjorie Taylor Greene. And a lot of it, I still don't know a whole lot about her other than because you know how I feel about politicians in general. You know, it don't even matter. Ted Cruz, it don't even matter. These people are paid to lie. Most of them, you know, they serve the corporations. Now, look at it. She's worth what, 25 million dollars? Come on, man. You know what it is, though, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So for her, this ain't pulling the stunt. This is who she really is, right? She ain't never MAGA. I'm gonna tell you something. MAGA is not just a Republican Party, ladies and gentlemen. It's an ideology. It's a movement, right? And one thing I don't like is the panicans that's claiming to be MAGA, listening to all this crap coming from the left, coming from people like Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens and stuff like that. These people are not MAGA, ladies and gentlemen. These people is paid. This punk Nick Fuentes, just wherever this guy came from, man. Who meets Kanye West? And if it wasn't for Nick Fuentes would have never been able to meet Trump if it wasn't for Kanye West. The question would be is, where did this guy Nick Fuentes come from? And now he got a large following, millions of people, man. I smell a rat, ladies and gentlemen. Just like I was telling you before, these people are no different, excuse me, than these people that are what I would call you know, the influencers, the social media influencers. They're no different. You can see I'm not in a $1 million studio. I ain't got all the fancy lights and the ambiance and all this stuff. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it. People can build a studio and they can do that kind of stuff. But come on, though. Some of you guys know what a real studio look like. You know what I'm saying? They put them up. They set them up $8,000 a month for some of these people. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's what I'm saying, though, man. So Marjorie Taylor, I don't think somebody got to her because, like I say, she's good friends. Kevin McCartney, Glenn Beck, all these other people, right? People that I don't even rock with and consider them MAGA. Those are old school rhino ass Republicans, right? And actors. Mostly all of them are actors. I'm talking about these politicians. So this is not surprising to me. Ron DeSantis pulled the same shit. Look at Nikki Haley and all the rest. They pulled this stuff, right? Mike Pence, he was not just pretending all this. I'm talking about the vice president of Trump, 2016, right? So I'm happy for the fact with Marjorie Taylor Greene showing her real colors right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what she's saying. Like, she just turned. She was never MAGA, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it twisted. Marjorie Taylor Greene was never MAGA, you know, never MAGA. And it's the truth. I don't, you know, so the thing about it is Trump said what he said. He called her Marjorie the Traitor Greene. She's a traitor. Now you got some hardcore people that love Trump, right? And they're gonna get on there and they're gonna go after Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm just saying this. You can have your opinion. Don't be threatening this woman. I'm not gonna be going on there and going ham on MTG. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it at all. Why? Because it's like I'm not shocked, ladies and gentlemen, and so should you. You shouldn't be shocked either. You shouldn't be shocked. You know what I'm saying? What would be the point of being shocked about something like this, right? Look at her, right? She's not MAGA. She never was. Marjorie Taylor Greene was never MAGA though, for real, for real. And like I said before, you guys are seeing her, and that's why I showed a little bit is from this clip about her, right? I mean, a lot of us now know who she is. You know what I'm saying? This is the person that worked in MAGA with Trump in the campaign and all this. I was at the rally. She used to be there. You know what I'm saying? So, when she wanted to run for senator, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, Trump wouldn't endorse her. And we know the reasons why, though. Trump wasn't going to endorse her. And here it is. She's all upset about that. This is entitlement behavior, too, that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? This entitlement behavior, instead of saying, put your personal egos and your ambition to the side, you're supposed to be, if you were really truly MAGA, MTG, you will put your personal whatever to the side to make sure this country together. We are not out of the woods yet. You got people on social media, on X, burning their MAGA caps and all that. These people are not MAGA. These are fake people. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't believe the hype. These people are fake MAGA. These are liberals. I know liberal talking points, right? This is exactly what it is. Let's just keep it real. So you mean to tell me, right, if you were truly MAGA, this Epstein thing, where is the evidence of Trump and the little children? You're going on accusations. Because Trump, as I said before, you do realize that those lists have been compromised. This is why Trump didn't release it. Why release it, right? There's some fake names on there, and it's a good thing that they didn't do it going way back with Pam Bondi, right? I'm glad that they didn't do that, because had they would have, you've been looking at a lot of lawsuits, right? You know they're going to doctor it up and put Trump's name on the list. Trump knows this. He didn't have nothing to fear and worried about. But again, you got a phony list. And Trump saw the trap. The Dems were hoping, oh yeah, they're going to push that phony list. It's a bogus list, ladies and gentlemen. Just put your critical thinking hat on. If he would have published that list, we would have lost a lot of credibility. There would have been lawsuits, right? And when this happens, though, it's going to ruin the investigation. Then you got the victims that are out there as well, too, which they're trying to protect the victims of small children. You got to protect them, right? There's powerful people that have had access to these children, the ones that they have saved. There's others that's not even alive. You see what I'm saying? So I love it when they come in here talking this issue about Epstein files and all this other stuff. They don't know shit. And this is a setup, ladies and gentlemen. They pay these assholes to come in these chat rooms, come in these spaces, right? They do this on purpose, ladies and gentlemen, to get you to bite. This is why I'm always a step ahead of these people. And when you don't bite, they leave out of the room. They come in here ever so often, right? Talk this ish. Epstein files, Epstein lips, Epstein files, Shit, I want it no more than anybody. I want the complete list, but you're not going to get the complete list. They had time to F with the list, play with the list. I mean, you want innocent people to be slammed? We know people that was on the island for sure, like the Clintons. Keep saying that. I don't have to allege about it at all. There's evidence of them being on the island. Bill Gates. There's evidence on these people being on Prince Andrew. These are people that we all know already. Ain't no speculation about that. But for other people that you may not know, they're on that island as well too. What about a lot of these people in government? What about all these senators and congressmen, right? The honeypots and so forth, right? What about them, right? They only here talking about one man is Trump. Don't you find that strange? You got evidence on some of the people that have been known to be on that island. Even Ghislaine Maxwell said they don't have anything, right? Virginia, before she died, she said Trump didn't do anything. He was a perfect gentleman. Didn't make no creep. He didn't creep on her and none of that stuff. But oh no, you know what I'm saying? These people are they're just paid, ladies and gentlemen. They're paid people. That's all they are. They're paid, and I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? To go after Trump. Look at what the moves that Marjorie is doing now. This is not surprising. She said, "I can make more money." Look at it. She's going to lean towards the left, talking about being friends. I heard a rumor about Marjorie Taylor Greene hooking up with Jasmine Hood Rat Crockett. Would be a surprise. I think that whole thing was staged. It was a game with her and Crockett going back and forth to each other. It's theater, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing with politicians, they're great actors and they're great liars. And this is why you shouldn't be married to a party. You shouldn't be married to a politician or whatever. It's all about look at their actions, not what they say. All that shit about Marjorie Taylor Greene, woohoo, MAGA and all that don't mean nothing. Don't mean a hill of beans. It don't mean anything, right? Because look at her actions, right? When she turned against Trump, talking about Epstein lists and all that, she the bigger, and that's bull, that's cap anyway, though. What it really is that she's mad at Trump. Let's go and keep it real, because Trump didn't endorse her. She was betting on Trump endorsing. Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to be endorsed by Trump, so she wanted to be the senator, right? And now that she turned her back on the MAGA party, it's going to be, she lost all credibility. Nobody's going to touch her on the right. She moves like a liberal anyway. You may as well go ahead and join the Democrat Party. Go and join the losing group, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Because, her seat was up anyway. She was up anyway. She figured, hey, I can get Trump to endorse me, and then I become a senator. She wanted to be a senator in her district so bad. She's another, look at it. She's been around for a while, though, ladies and gentlemen. She's been around. You know what I mean? She ain't no newbie, But what has Marjorie Taylor Greene really have done with a lot of these politicians? We know what Trump done, but what has she really done? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But you can go in these people's districts and you can start looking in their districts or whatever like that and see what they really have done for their people, right? What did they really do? Absolutely nothing. And y'all just so happy to have me catch me at home, though. So I ain't going to be too much longer, though. I just wanted to talk about this. I want true MAGA to understand this. We have the midterms that are coming up. And like I said, Trump has not, he's been right about everything, right? But the people that Trump have in this circle, we got to put, like I said, this guy took a bullet for the country doing this stuff. He ain't got to do this stuff. As far as I'm concerned, Trump has proven himself. All these other politicians didn't prove stuff. They didn't get a bullet pointed at them. They didn't lose their life. They ain't in harm's way. So that's all this other stuff is cap. You better figure out if it can't be any plainer than what I'm saying right now. Trump has been battle tested. A lot of these other people are just faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you better know the type of people that you go back. You think you got a friend on the left, though, or a friend on the right with these rhino-ass Republicans, these no-good-ass politicians? Fuck the politicians. I'm looking at the president for what he's doing. If he picks somebody, you best believe in most of the time, in most of the cases, they're going to be solid. I'm glad that Marjorie Taylor Greene came out with the stuff that she said right now, because at least we learn knowing early before it's too late. And I believe that she had a lot to do with Trump in that election back in 2020. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? That's my personal opinion. What had these people really have done? I'm just saying. So yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. MAGA, I'm going to tell you, for real MAGA people, hey man, you guys already know, right? I know real MAGA when I talk to them on the internet. You know, this ain't about liking Donald Trump. But one thing about it is, this man is the best that I can say that we have. I don't trust anybody else. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. Ain't nobody took no bullet. Ain't nobody did this and that. Ain't nobody had their family been under lawfare and all that and still standing here today. You know? So you mean to tell me that somebody got more credibility in pool because they sound and talk good and butter words, but never been battle tested? That don't make any sense to me. I saw how Trump got down on the first term, 2016, 2020, which he should have won, 2025. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. You know, promise made is a promise kept. Trump has been doing this thing, getting his country together. You have to realize there is enemies in this country, enemies on the foreign front as well. You got enemies, right, that want to see Trump fail, MAGA broke up. And if that happens, are any of you safe? Hell no. Neither of you are safe. This is the last frontier. Do you get it? There's no constitution nowhere else other than America. You acting like you got options. Look what they're doing over there in Europe. Look at the UK. UK is falling. Ireland is falling. Germany is falling. Their whole power supply, their power system, their power plant is falling. They nuked the reactor over there. They're making these people on the Green Deal, the new Green Deal over there. Do you understand what's going on in the world today? Do you really, truly understand? You have nowhere else to go. Use your sense, back MAGA while you still can, right? That's what I'm saying. All these flunkies, all these phonies and stuff that come in this room, getting paid and sending bots and all the rest of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I can spot them a mile away. They don't talk about ish. All they know how to do is attack. You ain't hearing nothing, right? They're going to try to cheat. And that's the reason why I'm so glad right now that we have the advantage. Because now that we have the advantage, we can stop them, right? This is why the ID, I voted for this. I'm always been carded with ID before. You get carded with your ID to get the drink. I still get carded. They still ask me for my ID. What's wrong with that? You know? That's what I'm saying. So we done been used to it. You got to get carded to go to a nightclub. You get carded for a lot of things. Stop the BS, man. Stop the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You get carded anyway. You know? Yeah, man. Acting like this thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene is something new. And they coined the phrase. Elena Hubbard always called her Marjorie the Traitor Greene. Right? I'm not shocked at all. I said, that's about right. That's about right. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, she's actually kicked out of MAGA. Nobody don't want to touch her. Nobody wants to trade her. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to trade her. She's been far worse than what's his name? I just said him earlier. Hold on for a minute. The governor of Florida, right? Ron DeSantis, right? And then Ron DeSantis weaseled his way back, but I still don't trust him either. Even though he has done wonderful things for Florida as a governor. It ain't about trusting these politicians. When they go against Trump, that is raising a big question mark right there over my head. Big old question mark. You know what I'm saying? So, like it is, and we have to think about it. This was a time when the assassination attempt, Ron DeSantis went after Trump. You had Nikki Haley. Y'all remember that stuff? It wasn't that long ago. We're only talking last year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I'm just saying, bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, MAGA is more important with our unity than allowing these phony, fake MAGA people pretending to MAGA. Anybody can put on a MAGA cap. It don't make you MAGA. This don't make you MAGA. What makes you MAGA is in your head. Do you want the country to be better? Are you a patriot? Are you willing to stand by your president? Right? This is what it's about. You can have disagreements with the president, but what I'm saying, he is the chief, what we call the commander in chief. He holds the highest position in the land, in the court of the land. You know what I'm saying? Far as I'm concerned, once again, Trump have proven himself. None of y'all got a shot at you, pop shot at you. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? That would be a scary thing, right? Politics can be very dangerous, though, depending on what side you were on. Obama didn't come under no type of scrutiny. Nobody took a pop shot at him. We know he would have been cowering under the table if it would have been him, right? I'm just saying. Trump got back up and said, fight, fight, fight. That's what he said. That's what he did. Joe Mama. Yeah, I have. Right, exactly. I know you have, Joe Mama. Go on, what's going on with you, Joe Mama? Let me go ahead on in. This is Joe Mama, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Mama in her eyes, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Joe, man. Yeah, man. So you remember that, man. Nikki Haley, right? Ron DeSantis turned their back on Trump, went against Trump. They were thinking that, okay, if Trump was taken out and Ron DeSantis was going to run, he was actually going to run for the presidency, right? He was going to run for it. You know what I'm saying? I think Nikki Haley, too. They were going to run for the presidency with Trump. They were going to run against Trump, and look what it is. That's why I'm saying we don't need to be trusting no politicians. And I'm not going to sit up here. I still don't trust Ron DeSantis. We already know with Mike Pence, though. That guy, man, what a joke. You know what I'm saying? But Trump had to learn who the players was. Because let's keep it real. He didn't really know Mike Pence that well. You know what I'm saying? It's not even shocking for Mike Pence to do what he did. He rolled over on Trump like some marbles, man. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then with Marjorie Taylor Greene, there's no shocker there, too. There's people in these so-called MAGA, people that love MAGA so much, so-called MAGA lovers, so-called MAGA supporters. They really aren't. Who is Mike Pence? Yeah, he's a thing in the past. And who is Mike Jones? Who is Mike Jones, right? Mike Pence. Oh, man. Boy, I tell you. Yeah, so that's the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing about it, though. So, yeah. So, like I said, though, man, I'm for the country, right? I'm patriotic about America being great again. He said America first, right? Never heard a president before that have said America first, right? I'm taking the power away from government and returning it into the hands of the people. This is Trump, right? No other politician, no other so-called president have ever said this before. And this is why Trump is so important. He's one of the best presidents that we ever will have in our lifetime. I'm enjoying his presidency because if he decide not to run in 2028, and there's a chances that he could, though, people say, oh no, if he really, I don't think he will. I think what is it? I think Don Jr. or whoever else will have a better chance being the president or whatever like that. But, we have a real president, an American president for the people, out of all these yahoos that were presidents before, don't mean a hill of beans, man, because I don't rock with them because I don't trust them. They've proven that they work for the corporations and the establishment and not the American people. All they know how to do is give us lip service. speak butter words and be a real politician, a real dirtbag. And most of them are dirtbags. You know what I'm saying? The uniparty dirtbags. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit up in here and trust a politician because he spit out the word MAGA. If they had if Trump wasn't here, we already know what it would be. It would be no MAGA. It'd be business as usual, uniparty, both in bed with each other, taking corporate donations and all the rest of the stuff. That's the reason why our presidents are never elected. They're selected, every last one of them outside of Trump. Trump was never supposed to be president, and I stand on that. Trump was never supposed to be a president. It's supposed to be a paid, established president that they pick, right? The corporations, right? The big banksters, right? These are the people that have been in the president seat. We can go back. And unfortunately, when you look at the Democratic rule in this country, they have all been under who? The corporations. That's a corporation president. Obama is a corporation president. Biden is a corporation president. The Bushes are a corporation president. We can go back as Gerald Ford. We can go back further than that. These Jimmy Carter, corporation presidents, right? We can go back to FDR, Woodrow Wilson, one of the first corporation presidents, right? This is why we don't get no get back. People fall in love with politicians. They love their presidents, speak real nice, butter words, but don't get no get back in return. None of them that I mentioned stood by the Constitution. They hated the Constitution and they worked against the American people. At the same time, claiming that they love us so damn much, right? A bunch of hypocrites, right? And traitors to this country. Right? This is exactly what it is. Look at our food supply. I've been talked about this. GMOs, high fructose corn syrup, all these sickness, disease, and so forth. And we're supposed to go ahead and give these people a pass? You know, it doesn't make no sense because critical thinking would say, well, damn, if they're trying to poison us, and then you got RFK Jr. Oh, he's not qualified. Shit, RFK Jr. been doing more on the HHS, Human Health Services, than any of these other yahoos that was in there. They didn't remove mercury out of the vaccines, right? They didn't get the 9 petroleum-based dyes out of the food supply. They didn't do that. 8 of them. Who did that was RFK Jr. under Trump, under MAGA, making America great again on all levels. Trump was the one that pulled us out of the World Health Organization, right? He done all this stuff to make America, not to be a slave of it. So get off of these conspiracy theories, how Israel is controlling Trump, when I already debunked that already, right? Because like it is, if you were to pull it up, and on these AIs like I did, it already said that Israel pays for military equipment from the United States, right? They pay for it, just like they pay for our aid. That stuff is sold, not given. It's not a donation, right? Trump know what he's doing to my 40 million to Argentina. No, it was actually an investment into Argentina, because their economy was on a collapse anyway. Trump was going to save Argentina. It was called an investment, right? But as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't even done it yet, but it was only $20 million investment. Not 20, I think, 20 million, I think it is. You know what I'm saying? I got to look at the things, got to pull it back up. I'm quite certain. It wasn't 40, it was 20. But they want to say it's 40. They're liars. They're liars again, though, Like I said, I don't listen to mainstream media, right? I don't follow these people, the ones that hate Trump, they want to bash Trump. Like I said, ever since I've been betting on Trump, I've been always winning. The ones that have got to recant their statement and back it up, Trump been winning on every level. Been winning in Supreme Court justice. They've been losing. Trump was the one that got the snap and all this back. 6 Democrats that voted with the Republicans, right? And look where we are today. If it was left up to these lying ass, low down ass Democrats, it still would have been on shutdown. I say to Trump, get rid of the filibuster so we can go ham on these bastards. We don't need no vote from the left no more. We don't need no vote from them. Fuck them. Because we already shown what they did. It cost the country $1.5 trillion, right? This is how much they care on the left, right? Need I speak no more about this? Because all the evidence is there, right? We ain't got time for paid clowns to come in here with and so forth, because we already know they on the take. I told y'all I can make a lot of money denouncing Trump, going against MAGA, being on the hypocrite wagon for the money. Obviously, Marjorie Taylor Greene did it. She was already 25 million already net worth. Talking about this stuff about the people. She don't know about no struggle. When you got 25 million, you ain't upset about no beef, the cost of beef and all this other stuff. Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't been living in the real world. She probably got a maid in those mansions and all kind of shit. She ain't over there cooking over no damn stove for her boyfriend, She ain't doing any of that stuff, man. Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't living in the real world like us. You know what I'm saying? Big ass fucking house and shit with maids and shit. Probably got a butler too, I wouldn't be surprised. Man, come on, man. If you don't knock it off. So yeah, man. So I just wanted to put that out there. Joe Mama in the house. Not your mama, it's Joe Mama. Yep. Joe Mama. Hey, what's going on with you, Joe Mama, man? Yeah, man. I did my thing earlier today, man. I know you was out there being busy and stuff like that. Yeah. Let me see here. Joe Mama said the government put out 20 billion. That's right. 20 billion, not 20 million, 20 billion, right? I know what you're saying now. And JP Morgan, BlackRock, and a few others put up another 20 billion with the government guarantee and things. Yeah, because that wasn't 40. It could be 40. Right. So yeah, what they're saying is, I see what you're saying. They got the breakdown on that, right? Morgan, and because with the government it was only 20 billion. They're saying 40 billion from basically from the government. They said Trump. They didn't break it down how you broke it down. Let me just show that. There it is right here. I always know that Joe always had my back. Joe Mama. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, not Joe Mama, Joe Mama. Yep. So there it is. There it is. Yep, with the government guarantee. Right, boy. Yeah, I appreciate it though, Joe Mama. Either you or Omega come through or whatever. I guess I could have pulled this up. Yeah, I could have. I could go in there right now and pull it up. But I appreciate it though. So yeah, though. So yeah, all these phony people coming into the room. They think they're gonna get me. Oh yeah, release the Epstein files. Release them when they already have been compromised. You can do a Google search right now. You know what's gonna come up? That phony Epstein list. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with that stuff. Trump saw the trap. At least he saw that trap, though. I'd have been like, yeah, they saw the trap. They said this list is not authentic. 40 billion because the backstop guarantees no losses. Yeah. Okay. All right. Like I said, I don't mind being wrong too, because I would have pulled it up. I guess I didn't read on further. Right. Yep. With the guarantees, no losses. Yep. For what I heard, Joe Mama, they're going to also supposed to be making a deal when we're going to get some of that Argentina beef and stuff brought over here, man. What you think about that? That Argentina cattle, What you think about that, Joe Mama? Oh, man. Yeah, getting some of that Argentinian beef, right? Yeah. I never had Argentinian beef, Never have. Yeah. Argentina, don't you cry for me, Argentina, Yeah, don't cry for me. Yeah. Yeah. Not the Madonna version, though. I didn't like the Madonna version. Yeah, Joe Mama, in the house. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I wanted to come in here and do this thing real quick. Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you listening to me, boy, I remember she high-fived me at the rally before. But I'm just not surprised and shocked. And no need for me going in on her. Trump already taking care of it, calling her the traitor, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So you're gonna be hearing that a lot, though. Yep. It already is out there on X. Yeah, I gotta stop following her too. I'm gonna stop following her because people like this, good, and you eat it. Hey, Joe Mama, what's wrong with the Argentina beef now? I heard that's supposed to be some good cattle over there. Not A1, but over A1. What's better than A2 cattle? You know? It's supposed to be A1, man. Argentinian beef, man. Moo. Man. Oh man. Yeah. Are they organic? Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, but Joe Mama, I know you're gonna be, man. The American farmers, man, y'all gonna be taking off, man. Y'all gonna be getting paid soon if you ain't already. Hey, Joe Mama, have your sales and stuff, have they increased, man? Are you getting more orders and getting more things in now? I'm just curious, you know, because I don't hear from Sherry anymore either. Man, I miss Sherry. Sherry, if you're listening to me, come on here and at least say hello, Sherry. Sherry lady. Let me give Sherry here. That's her favorite. I was wondering where Sherry is at, man. Sherry, where's Sherry at, man? Hold on for a minute, y'all. I'm going to use the bathroom, y'all. Give me a minute. Ooh. Oh, man. Boy. Yeah. Trump. Yeah. Trump. Donald J. Trump. Yeah. Sherry lady. Sherry lady. Where's Sherry at? Sherry lady. Where's Sherry at? Restroom work every time. All right. 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 Okay, y'all. I am back in effect. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm over here looking for Sherry. Let me see here. Joe Mama says, I don't take government money. You don't pay me to farm, right? Yeah, I didn't think you would take government money though. I'm talking about like privately, not government, but privately, you know. Man, I don't know where Sherry is at either, man. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing about it though. Yeah, like I said though, man. Yeah, this is it. Like Michael Jackson's This Is It. This is it, you ladies and gentlemen. I tell you. Yeah, President Donald J. Trump, unstoppable? Question mark. So far he's been winning. He's been doing his thing, man. Yep. Let's see here. But let me see. But cattle prices have been the best ever. Okay. But baby calves cost a fortune too. Yeah. Yeah, the whole beef thing gone up though, Joe. Trump has ordered an investigation on it. So they're supposed to be investigating why the cattle is so expensive. So hopefully they can uncover and find out the mystery why the meat costing so damn much. Because I went in there and priced some ribeye, man. They like about the good cut is like $20 or more. I don't grow Franken beans. Yeah, Franken beans or corn that corn that's no one eats. Yeah, I know that's right. So no Franken beans for you, you know. I know that's right. I don't eat them, man. I get a lot of gas. Too much gas, man. That's why I stay away from the beans, man. Beans is too much gas, you know. Can't do the gas stuff, man, you know. Whoo, can't do that. Mm-mm. So yeah, I stay away from the beans. I know my body on that though, you know. It give most people gas, but I don't be walking around uncomfortable like that. You know, I gotta drive, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm glad that as far as the cattle prices, yeah, you said it's been the best ever, you know, because I know it was a little touch and go there for you before though, there, Joe Mama. But now, you know, things is getting a little better for you though. That's cool, man, you know. Yeah. I had like 2,000 people in the room earlier, Joe Mama, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of haters and called me all out my name and stuff like that. Oh man, told me I don't look like a guy that would miss a buffet, which I don't. I ain't the guy that would miss a buffet, not too often, you know. Yeah, boy. I told him, tell me what I don't know. Shoot. Tell me what I don't know, you know. And one of them called me a disgrace for wearing the MAGA cap. He said, "You black." Yeah, you black, you know. Because the American cattle um herd, okay, is at the same levels as the 1960, except there's twice the population. Oh wow. I'm always learning something about this American cattle. You and Sherry was telling me stuff. I ain't know nothing about A2 cow milk and all this other stuff, man. A2 cows. Remember I went over all that? I've been I've been I've I've been mectin. Okay. I've been Ivy okay. Been touch and go. Okay, I've I've been I got you. I've been touch and go. Okay. So I me or been touch and go. Is that a typo there, Joe? I was trying to decode it. Okay. I've told you for a year COVID was wiped out. Wiped out 142,000 small family farms. I remember you told me about that. You the one that told me about the ivermectin and where to get it. I remember that, and I got it. You don't believe I got it, man? Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Well, let's see here. Where's my stuff? Hold on for a minute. Where are you? Oh, okay, here it is. Let me just show Joe Mama real quick. Oh man, Joe Mama. Look at this, Joe Mama. Joe Mama, what that look like, huh? You see this, Joe Mama? You know what I'm saying? Look at this syringe here. Oh, here it is. Look at this syringe here, though, boy. Look at this. Joe Mama, look at that. Ain't that what that? Don't that look like it? Ain't that what it is? Trying to taste good too, boy. Yeah, me and Snoopy. I know Snoopy like it too, boy. Where's Snoopy at? Come here, Snoopy. Oh man. Hey, remember you said, man, I can have my own show, me and Snoopy, you know? Which one is the dummy? Oh man. Ain't that what it is, though, Joe Mama? Ain't that what it looked like? Oh man. Boy, that's what I say. I'm gonna get another one too. Yeah, this is one though. I've been in it already. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it already. Yep. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get my behind back out here and back to work. But I appreciate you, Joe Mama, showing up as well, man. I'm glad to see you back around and stuff, man. I'm gonna do another live tomorrow morning sometime. It seems like the weekends are my best time right now, while a lot of people are not working. You know what I mean? So I get the haters in here, though. Boy, they were triggered today, boy. I tell you. You seen that? You seen that? I guess you ain't seen that thumbnail that I posted, but yeah, it was quite interesting. Yeah, Joe Mama says yes. I never been I never been touched. If I okay, never okay, yes, I've never been touched in gold. You can get coverage on Amazon. Yeah, that's true. Now it's Ivan Mector, and yeah, I see that right there. And Illinois, an appeal. Oh, they got it in appeal. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Yeah, maybe the peel form will even be better. They say liquid is supposed to be better, but okay, that's gonna be good to know. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be very good to know. Right. You have a good night as well, though, Joe Mama, man. It's good seeing you, man. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, hopefully. I'll be back at it again. And everyone else, too. Thank you for being part of something great. Thank you for being part of Some Random Guy Speaks. I'm your host, Tony G. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe and comment. I'll see you on my next live tomorrow. Whatever I decide to talk about tomorrow, though, I'm gonna have you guys on here as some guests sometime, Joe. All right, you have a good one. Good night. Good night, all.